Hi, I'm Eric Grant with Sailrite, and this is the Sailrite Sail Pack Boom Bracket. It attaches obviously to your boom, and it helps to support the aft end of your sail pack, no matter the brand. Now it's true, this is all done inside the studio and the boom's just laying on a table, so we've kind of mocked this up, but it's the middle of winter here, and so we just kind of put this all together for you, so we can't really show much. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about a topping lift. If you have a topping lift, you could tie off your sail pack to the topping lift, and you could tie off the block that controls the line that opens and closes the zipper. But under sail, the topping lift will become slack, and your sail pack will thus become slack. If you want your sail pack to always be taut, the boom bracket resolves that. Having this block and shackle that does come in the kit attached to a solid surface and up high like this really does make this control line work much better. And you can get this at Sailrite. So let's get started and show you how to install the Sailrite Sail Pack Boom Bracket on your boom.
Works great with Sailrite sail packs and other brands as well, made of 316 stainless steel.
These are the parts you're going to get with the sail pack boom bracket, and we need to assemble them, so that's what we're going to do first. Okay, to install these, we want to install the flat side to the inside. If you notice, this side's not flat, and this is the top portion, the one that's curved here. This goes to the outside, and this is the part that goes through here, and obviously this goes to here. And then we put the nylock nut here, and then the acorn nut goes on top of this. But if you'd like to, you could bypass the nylock because this is going to stick out fairly proud, and you could go to the hardware store and you could get a stainless steel washer and a stainless steel lock washer and use just the acorn nut, and it wouldn't stick out as proud. This takes a 10mm socket to tighten it down. We're going to tighten it down all the way, and we're going to put the acorn nut down on this, and it does stick out a little bit. That's why you might want to go buy an additional washer and lock washer. And there's only a few threads holding this on, and we'll tighten this down. So now we're going to adjust it so that it's basically coming down flat on the table. It doesn't have to be perfect, but this looks pretty good to me. That's basically each leg is parallel. This is standing straight up. Now we're going to take it to our boom. Now you can see that our boom, we're obviously not on the boat, it's the middle of winter here, but we have some gaps. So we're going to be squeezing this together, and it is possible to squeeze this or to separate it. First, let's tell you what the gap is, just so you know. So the gap is approximately 4 1/4 inches, but again, we can squeeze it together for smaller ones, and we can also pry it apart for larger ones. So don't let that alarm you. So since we have all this slop, we need to bend it in, but we're going to have to bend it in beyond this area because it's going to want to spring back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hands, I'll just go like this, and I'm going to go to an aggressive bend like that, and then we're going to test again. We still need to go further. I'm going to put it on the table. See if that's any better. Oh yeah, it's getting better, but it's still not there. Can we draw it in with the screws without causing much? Oh yeah, I think it's going to easily draw in. It's not touching, but see, when I do this, it's not a lot of pressure. I can do this with probably 3 pounds of pressure, which means our screws will probably be able to draw it in. I think I'm going to do it one more time just to be sure, because obviously aluminum's not super strong.
We are talking about the boom being aluminum and the threads that we will make in it, not the bracket. It's stainless steel.
Then we're on top of the acorn nut, but I think it's okay.
Obviously, aluminum is softer than stainless steel.
Now, if you had to spread it apart, obviously it'd be much easier because we won't have having much pressure on the aluminum. Yeah, that's pretty good.
If you don't think you're strong enough, you could use a vise with a warning.
Okay, we're going to use a vise to do this, and I'm going to put a rag in here to protect the stainless steel. This is one way you can do it if you just feel like you don't have the strength to do it. Kind of have to hold it down as you do it. So I'm putting pressure down to make sure it doesn't fly out, because it wants to fly up. So I'm holding it down with my hand. Let's go all the way. Okay, let's release it and see what we have now. So we had 4 1/4 before, and now we're, if we compress it in a little bit, we're at 3 3/4. So what I like to do to position the bracket is use a quick grip bar clamp. It doesn't matter the brand. And I've compressed it slightly, but I still have the ability to kind of move it around to position it. And the clamp is laying on the top of the boom. And I've got the port and starboard side. If I look down the boom, I can see that they are basically at the same plane as far as levelness. And they are basically at the thickest part of the boom on both sides. And this is perfectly perpendicular to the top of the boom, which is what I like. And it's basically as far back as I can get it. It's basically right where the rivets are, or the screws are that hold the cap on. So I've got this back as far as it can go. So this is a good position, and having this clamp makes it easier. And it did take 2 people to basically hold this in place and clamp it in place. And now I'm going to take my marker, because I'm happy with this, and I'm going to mark where each one of these holes are on the port and starboard side. So I'm marking my boom, and then we should be able to take this off and we can drill and tap. So now I'll hold this, release, and there are our marks. And you can see that we have it basically in line with where the cap is attached. The screws are 6 millimeter /1, so you can go to the hardware store and get a tap that actually includes the drill for this. We just got this at Ace. So I'm going to take the drill bit out. Okay, I'm going to use a spring punch just so that I get a divot. And I'll do the same thing to this one. Now I know this is aluminum, so I probably don't need this, but I'm going to put a little bit of cutting oil just to prolong the life of my drill bit. And let's just do this one with the cap first. Try to keep the bit straight. And the same thing with this one. Now for tapping, I'll just put a little bit of cutting oil in the holes. So now we're going to tap this. We're going to put our tap in until it bites. Now I'm biting, and I'm going to do a full revolution under bite. Okay, and then I'm going to do a half revolution in reverse, and then there we're biting, and I'm going to do a full revolution. and then a half revolution in reverse. This just cleans out the threads. And then a full revolution in forward. And then a half revolution in reverse to clean out the threads. And a full revolution in forward. And a half revolution in reverse. I'm through already, I can tell. Yep, and then I'm going to reverse it all the way out. And our threads are made. And I've done the same thing already with this one. Lock washer goes on first, washer goes on top. I've prepped all my screws. This is Tef-Gel. It's a corrosion eliminator. We're going to put it on each of the screws, and we're also going to put it on the surface of our area where it's going to be up against the aluminum. So we're going to do this on all the legs. You can get this from your local, well, you can get it online if you need to. Sailrite does not sell this, or your marina, possibly. So now we're just going to thread these by hand and get it started. There we go. That one started. Grab another one. So just a few threads. Same thing over here. This one's going to probably take a screwdriver. Okay. Okay, now, since all of them are started, we're going to tighten these down, kind of like we do lug nuts on a car, going from one corner to the next, tightening a little bit at a time until they're all secure. Since we have to compress it. And you don't have to over tighten this at all. The lock washers are going to keep it nice and secure. There we go. Very nice. She's on. Obviously this is the out haul, but let's pretend this is the topping lift. Usually the topping lift would go right through, and it's basically right at the same point as where the top of this would go. This is the block and the shackle that comes with the zipper control line for the Sailrite pack, and it could be attached here, which gives a solid position for the control line.
If you would like to make your own sail pack, we have kits that you can sew up yourself and a free tutorial video showing how to do it. Check out the link in the description below. To see a materials list of the items we use to install this Sailrite sail pack boom bracket, see the description of this video. Get your boom bracket for your Sailrite sail pack or any other brand stack pack from Sailrite today.